Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today I'm going to give you how-to tips on getting labels, old sticky labels off of books hopefully without damaging your book. So it's a good skill to try. Some tips I think you'll find handy. So thanks for the view. I appreciate your comments and subscribe. We'll keep this going, see what happens. So with that, let's jump straight in. So all right, I guess first off you have to have a disclaimer on this that nothing is foolproof, okay? But I buy books and you'll see sometimes that they have these labels on them. Like here's a paperback that I'm going to put in a doll science fiction book lot. I'm not too worried about this label on here, but it's a good example of what we can do. And then here's one that I would like to take off. This is like a $15 book. I paid $1 for it just in the last week or two. And see, it has this old stock, $3 on it. And you can take your fingernail and start working these, and most of the time they'll come off. However, especially for things like this that are not like a nice shiny dust jacket or something, you think you're doing good and all of a sudden it hangs and it rips the dust jacket or rips the cover and leaves that that pulled up paper mark, which you hate, right? So I found this technique that you can use a hair dryer, and I'm going to demonstrate it here in a minute on these books. And you can, and it really heats up the adhesive, and it stops that unsuspected or that you think you're almost free tear. Okay, now most of the time, if I have a book, like a shiny dust jacket book, you can just use your thumb, pull it off. There might be a little bit of adhesive that you can clean up. Or even for a paperback, if it's a nice, shiny, good, uncompromised cover, a lot of times your thumbnail, just lightly working it from edges and pulling it, you don't have any issues. However, this technique will work on that as well. But I find that when you have the older books that, or books that have a little bit of a compromised cover, this is the best way to go. So now I'm going to try to merge a couple of videos, so I'll stop and set up with the hair dryer. We'll put this together, and bear with me. You'll see it, and not too sophisticated all this blending and video editing stuff. So we'll make it happen, but you'll see some examples. And like I said, it's sometimes it's better just to leave the labels there, but it's something you have to decide for you on the cases that you would like to get rid of it. And this in particular is one I like to, so it's a good example. So all right, back in a second with the hair dryer, and we'll see what happens with it. All right, see you in a minute. Okay guys, let's get ready to do this. Okay, so what I've got here is just a regular hair dryer, Conair 1875. It's gonna be kind of loud when we get started, but I'm gonna heat this label up and then work it, and you'll see how to take it off. So here we go. It's probably gonna be noisy, but hopefully it'll go fast. So here we go. First off, just heat it up. Just put a good heat on it before you start working it. I've never had this turn. I guess if you had a real fragile book, the heat could damage the book. I've never had that happen. All right. See, it's already starting. That thing was really tough beforehand. And now it's starting. I can just feel how much easier it is. Boy, that was a fast one. Just work it a little bit at a time. And you can just tell there's no remnants there. I'm going to pull it this way so I need 3 hands. Ooh, it's hot on the fingers. This one doesn't even have any glue on it. It's coming off awesome. Look at that. Pretty as a penny. All right, that's one down. Now look at this one. You can see that, it's there. There's a little discoloration from where the label was. Maybe you can see it there in the light, but difference on the oxidation. But that is so clean. Now you can see where I started it. This is what you have to be careful of. My thumbprint, made a little bit of thumbprint there, but that's really light. This is really nice. That's how you do it. Okay, let's look at this Gordon R. Dixon book. These paperbacks like this, what I see is that sometimes people put stickers on them that are color coded for the month. and they invariably will tear these up. So let's see what we can do on this one too. Well, first off, if you start this, it's kind of hard. I can just feel how tacky it is. It'll peel up, and that's the deceiving part, right? You think it'll go smooth, and then it rips it, and you just hate yourself when it happens. So let's try. Heat it up good. Gets that glue kind of released. Then start just kind of see how it feels. Okay, boy, this is a tough one. I can tell it's a lot worse than the other one. Probably been on there. This book's probably from the 70s. It's probably been on there. The sticker's probably been on there for 40 years. Woo! Hot on the fingers. There it goes. Almost there. Don't go too fast. That's invariably, you go too fast, you'll hose yourself up. So there you go. Look at that. Nice. And I'm telling you, that one was stuck on good too. So really, really good here in the light where you can see it. Nice. It just took it right off. So that's it. Okay. All right, guys, that's it. So here are the two. I'll show them here in the light, and you can see the labels off there. This big label's off there. Again, be careful. You can see if I get it in the light, you can kind of see a little bit of a thumbprint. That's one thing to be careful of. Don't push too hard with your thumb. I like using my fingernail rather than a tool, because a tool I typically will gouge it. But that's how you do it. Use your hair dryer, heat it up, kind of start picking at the edge, and then just work it. Be patient, take your time. Again, the disclaimer, you have to decide if it's something you want to do. There's always risk, and if it doesn't come across, if it leaves a little bit of sticky residual, you can take just a slightly damp cloth, or you can heat it up some more, maybe rub it off with your finger, but it usually comes out clean. That's how you remove stickers. Hey, practice. I wouldn't do this on like some really super expensive book without practicing first, but hopefully you found that useful. I'm sure there's other techniques and other things that people use, but that's how I do it, and it works. And if I don't do it that way and I start pulling them off, invariably something catches and it ends up ripping it, and I'm disgusted that I didn't do it the way that I just showed you. So anyway, look forward to your comments. Again, subscribe. Let's keep doing it. Happy hunting, and find some good treasure out there, and then list it and sell it for a profit. All right, bye.